Killing it.
Oh, wait. She's getting... It's gonna be on the side of his mouth here. It's like a little bubble filled with fluid.
Oh, yeah.
So
That's all you're gonna get from him. All right.
basically it's like a salivary duct gland that gets filled with mucin and saliva, and you can drain it, but it comes right back. So we usually do a CT to confirm how many it's involving, and then they go to surgery and have it removed, and it should cure the problem. So that's what we'll recommend today. So it extends all the way back here and goes under the tongue, and we're gonna aspirate it and see what the fluid looks like, but usually it's just sort of clear to a light yellow appearance. They've had this drained a few times and it just sort of keeps refilling up, so we just did a CT just to make sure it's not involving anything that would preclude it from surgery, and they'll just go in and sort of remove the entire duct and salivary gland. Sometimes it can happen if it gets obstructed from like a stone or sort of thick saliva. Sometimes it's just idiopathic and we don't know why it always happens. It's really thick.
It's coming very low.
Oh my gosh.
Flubber, or the hands you throw against the wall.
That
Yeah.
is, oh my, what is that from?
So this is Lynx. Lynx was evaluated for a history of recent onset episodes. That could be seizures, could be vestibular, and we did an MRI on her. The MRI didn't show any abnormalities, so we're going to just check her spinal fluid to ensure that there's nothing infectious or inflammatory that we could see there. Infectious is pretty uncommon in cats. Sometimes they get autoimmune inflammation. Sometimes you don't get anything, but just to do a full workup, we're doing some spinal fluid on her. And after that, we're probably going to send her home on phenobarbital in case these are seizures. And potentially we might have to adjust things following up with her, but usually phenobarbital is a good first agent for cats. Pressures.
Is he with the other one that was in the waiting room? Yeah.
So we have our CSF, and it looks pretty clear. My hands are all shaky. It looks very clear. They're still shaking, which is normal. Sometimes if it's cloudy, you can also see what's called xanthochromia, which is when it gets a little yellow. That can be because of a previous bleed. Or if it's red, that's not so good. It can be red from blood contamination. But this is pretty clear, so we'll send it out to the lab and see. I think it might be wrong.
This is our friend Romeo. He is just turning a year old, and unfortunately a month ago he had an atypical FCE in his upper cervical C1 to C2, and when that happened, it's basically like a spinal stroke. He was completely down, what we call tetraparetic. So his arms were straight out, his back legs were straight out, he could not walk. He stayed with us for about a week, and we've been doing some intensive rehab with him to get him back to getting motor function. And he actually just started walking with assistance the other day with a help him up harness. So with part of Romeo's therapy, we bring him in and we get him swimming in the pool so that he can start moving all of his legs to build up strength, so we can eventually put him in our underwater treadmill and basically relearn how to walk, right bud? So we went from completely not moving our legs at all about a month ago to ambulating our motor function on all of our legs.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Good job.